I am live. I am live and I'm live streaming on different platforms. So I'm actually on Added, IG, and Clubhouse. So hello, everyone tuning in. Of course, hello to my Facebook and YouTube family as well, right? I've been impromptu, just different times of live streaming, right? Just trying to get it in while I had the time and opportunity. So if you are watching this live, hit the thumbs up because there are some people that may not come in because they're not accustomed to me live streaming at this particular time of the day. So do that for me as you all are coming in. Hello, Milwaukee Ghost. Hello, Queen Gwen, right? All coming in all the way from Milwaukee. We got Lee, aka Les Brown, right? We got Lee, aka Les Brown, in as well. And you all, I'm going to jump right into this live stream. So again, hit that thumbs up for me. Share this on also on Instagram. Share the live stream so other people can come in. All right, hello, Curtis. I see my regular people coming in. Hello, Miss Bowles. Hello to you. And Larita, hello, Miss Hines. Larita Hines is coming in. Auburn Guy is saying XLM. XLM, that is the people's currency. We're going to break down XLM as well, right? We're going to break down XLM as well. Let me pour my water just in case, but I'm not expecting this live stream to be very, very lengthy or long. And again, help me out, hit that thumbs up because I've just been doing impromptu live. So not the evening live streams that everyone may be accustomed to. And we're at the 2-minute mark. Let me give, thank you, Gwen. She says for everyone, hit the thumbs up. That's whatever platform you may be in on, right? Share this, right? Hit the thumbs up. And Farrah Grimes, thank you for tuning in. And Clubhouse, thank you for tuning in as well. And Tony Lee has already come in. Hello, Tony. Nice to see you on this great day with the 1111 super chat. And for Tony, let me share this audio with you all. I was listening to this, right? I want to share with you all this audio. I don't know if you all subscribe to Reverend Ike. He was definitely a man before his time, right? Definitely a man before his time, but he was a prosperity type preacher, right? You can call him a prosperity preacher. And this is the message that I want you all to understand. No, I want you all to understand that when you give, right? When you give, number one, just know that the amount of your giving, of supporting the channel, the knowledge and information, also determines the amount that you will receive, right? Biblically, the Bible says some receive 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold return, right? Let me use this as an example. If you were in agriculture, if you were a farmer, right? And I told you all that within the next 3 years that you could not farm, right? You could not plant any crops. Starting September the 7th, you could not plant any crops, right? And that, let's say there's no, grocery stores around, right? No convenience store. This is how we live. Let's take it back to biblical times. And I told you that you could not plant any seeds up to September the 7th. When September the 7th comes, that all seed planting had to stop, had to cease. And so that the amount of seed that you plant, as I put my lip gloss on, that the amount of seed that you plant will determine how much of a harvest that you will have to last for the next 3 years. Let me ask you all this question. As Lee come in with the $50 super chat, he says the sky has no limit to all you will accomplish. And I speak that on you as well, Lee, right? I speak that to you as well. But if you had 3 years to plant, or if you had until September the 7th to plant seed, and that crop or that harvest will last you 3 years. Let me ask you this: would you plant $3 worth of seed, right? $11 worth of seed, $9 worth of seed. Lee has planted $50 worth of seed. Tony has planted $11. $300 worth of seed, $333 worth of seed. And this is not for the people that's giving today. I'm not that type of person. That's everything people give is according to their faith and their ability. So I'm not that person that's going to say, hey, that's not enough or that's not suffice. But I'm saying this to say this. I don't want you all to think my channel is like a church environment. I'm not teaching you most church type principles. I teach you with the law of giving and receiving and expecting unexpected blessings and a larger rate of return than what you gave, right? That's just the law of the universe, giving and receiving. The more you give, the more will be given unto you. The more you take, right, the more will be taken away from you. So with that being said, right, there were actually some people that cashed out me and, thank you. I appreciate it. Any gift, any offering of gratitude that you give is fine. But I don't think they got the message on yesterday, right? In Leviticus 25, it talks about that there will be 3 years that no one can harvest or plant, right? It was the agricultural world. But for that 3 years, they will receive a triple blessing and that they would have the opportunity to harvest or eat off their blessings for that 3 years. So it's going to be scarcity. It's going to be scarcity. And, I thought about it, if you're giving $3 into that and you think that that's going to allow that blessing to be on you for 3 years, you might did not get the understanding, right? You may did not get the understanding. There were some people that cashed out. Again, if you're just giving to support, $3.33, right? But to be a part of what I spoke yesterday, that required a $333 gift offering. And I think some people gave like $111. What I'm saying is this: you can't pimp prosperity. I guess that's what I'm saying. And again, if that's where your faith is, maybe you never given before, maybe you never subscribed, because I know my channel is different from other YouTube channel, right? But we are entering a recession. And it's going to last longer than most people's bank accounts. And you cannot pimp prosperity. You can't get a blessing like that spoken over you for $3.33. And this is the point. I know I'm big on investing. I have the 3 pin codes, right, that my mentor really revealed to me. The 3 pin codes. Number 1, I believe in paycheck, right? Paycheck pumping. Paycheck pumping is when you are an employee or you're a 1099 independent contractor and you add a home-based business to your paycheck and you can get $250 more, $500 more if you're a W-4 employee. If you're a 1099 independent contractor, right, you can also get 475 tax deductions added to your existing business. And it also will help you the taxation of your income as a 1099 employee. So I believe in number 1, paycheck pumping. I believe in number 2, investing, right? Once you make a certain amount of money, you understand once you get over that 6 figures that you overstand, right? Not understand, I'm saying overstand that now you got to have a strategy to keep more of the money that you're making. We talked about the triple blessings on yesterday, having a strategy, wisdom, and knowledge, right? You got to keep more of the money that you're making, and you have to add a way. I'm going to add this back to the P to have passive income, not just employee income, not just independent contractor income, where you always have to do the work for money, and money never works for you, right? And then the third one is the N, which is networking. You have to network with people. You have to understand the gifts that you're giving into, right? And you have to understand the law of alignment and the law of giving and receiving, because when you are operating in the universal law of alignment, then you understand that the teacher is providing you a wealth of knowledge, right? And the universe, if you rob that teacher by not having reciprocity of giving on the level that the information is helping you, then the law of giving and receiving again works this way. Those who give will be given more, and those who take more will be taken away. So again, $3.30 won't get you the triple three blessings, but I do appreciate heartfelt you giving. Even 1111, that brings you into alignment, right? And so, I'm just telling you that Leviticus 25 and SHMITA. SHMITA is for the people that's on Instagram and Clubhouse listening, and you may not subscribe to me on yesterday. SHMITA is when every 7 years, right? I talked this yesterday, that there is always an economic reset. And SHMITA begins September the 7th this year of 2021. And I went over yesterday, right? I'm going to reteach this just a little bit. So in Leviticus 25, the people were promised to have triple blessings during this time of scarcity, during this time of recession. And we are entering a recession. And the reason why I wanted to come to you all with El Salvador accepting Bitcoin as legal tender on September the 7th, because this is going to be implemented, right, at exactly the first day of SHMITA, which begins the Great Depression process, or the start of the Great Depression. Now, although SHMITA ends September the 26th, 2022, the depression will not end then, right? So the depression will not end September 26th of 2022. This is just the time frame in which the depression, the SHMITA, in which you will start seeing the economy begins to decline at a very rapid and fast pace, right? At a very rapid and fast pace. So let's go over this again, right? Let's go over this again. So the amount you give in alignment with your belief is the amount that you will receive. Now, for my other platforms, what I'm showing on YouTube, you may not be able to see. So just make sure that you are in listen mode if you want to know how to prepare for this recession. Now, the very first thing I want to talk about is starting with 9/11 that caused an economic disaster, right? 9/11 was September the 11th of 2001. And then exactly 7 years and 11 months, we entered into another recession in 2008 with the housing market crash that began September the 29th, 2008. This is what we call the 7/11 code. On that day of SHMITA, now it's called the 7/11 code because biblically, Jubilee happens every 7 years. Biblically, every 7 years, biblically, Leviticus 25, there is an economic reset and the slaves' debts are set free, right? And so such is happening in the Bible, also is happening in our economy. Now, I don't know if you watched this or you studied this or you observed this, but again, we had the 9/11 crash, which is mirroring, right, the Miami condo crash. The Miami condos was exactly 110 feet. And you have the twin, looks like the Twin Towers, right? And one side is totally collapsed. That's a forewarning that economy is going most definitely to crash again. SHMITA now again begins September the 7th, the same date that El Salvador will accept Bitcoin as legal tender. So the 711 code also means that on that day of September the 29th of 2008, that the stock market, the Dow Jones economic crash at exactly 777 point drop, right? Exactly 777 points. A lot of people think that 777 is the number of perfection, is the number of completion, and that 777, you have the magnificent seven, that it is a number of perfection, and that 666 is an evil number, but that is not right true. Seven, if you look at the alphabet, is mirror to the letter Z, which is the last alphabet in the Bible, right? Z. So you just add a line on the Z, and that's your seven. So it does mean the end of a thing. Biblically, the seven day God rested. It was completed. It means the end or completion. So seven means the end or completion of a thing, right? The end of completion, but it does not always mean that the beginning of a thing will be a good thing. So seven means a reset of debts, right? And a reset of the economy. Now, when we talk about a reset, there's going to be two equations, two outcomes. You're going to have people that's going to be a part of the greatest wealth transfer that this economy has ever experienced. And then you're going to have people that's going to be on the equation of the Great Depression that's going to mirror the 1930s. Right? And so if you want to be in that triple blessings for 3 years of protection by the Most High God, a $3.33 or $11 won't get you there. However, there's some people that over time on this channel has given over $300, right? And I won't call their name out, but they know who they are. They're on. But what I'm saying is that I invest in spiritual protection as well as investing in what I know that this government, which is cryptocurrency, gold, and silver, because of this currency system reset, will use to reset and reboot the economy. So if you subscribe to Dave Ramsey, for example, and you believe that cash is king, I can rest assured that September the 7th, beginning September the 7th of this year, you're going to see how worthless your cash is, and you are going to wish that you had invested in a home-based business to protect you against taxes. You're going to wish that you had invested in the physical metals of gold and silver, because gold is used to reset the currency system always, and we will have a currency system reset. Silver will be used in this new crypto economy for 5G, Wi-Fi, for cell phone batteries. You got people that's going to have to do mobile money now. JP Morgan in 2011, the double one hoarded over 350 million, right, ounces of silver. That was up to 38% of the world's population. And now you have other use cases for silver and copper as well, that's going to be used in this currency system reset. So if you're a person that's hoarding your cash, or you're not converting your cash into investing, then, I hate it for your outcome. So again, the 711 code began with 9/11, and then 7 years and 11 months, the 2008 housing market crash. Now I want you all to listen to this about the number 7 and why it's not the perfection number or the magic number that you think it is. Because also number 7 is in the G7, right? G7. And the letter G is the seventh alphabet, the seventh number on the alphabet as well. So you have the G7 committee or meeting that's coming together to make these global decisions about this currency system changing. So you all get in listen mode. Let's listen to a small clip about G7 and the disasters that has happened. And 2014 is when you add the numbers, that's 7 as well to this economic system. So let's chime in and listen in. This video is from the crypto teacher on YouTube. So if you all are not subscribed to him, he's one of my favorite followers about educating about cryptocurrency as well.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. As you can tell, I do as I'm told, and I thought I had to stand up at the time when my immediate predecessor would sit down, and clearly I failed. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me with you. I would like to thank the National Press Club and especially President Angela Grilling-Keane for not only inviting me to this prestigious venue, but essentially presenting the outline of what I want to talk to you about now. So it's as if we had prepared that together, which we have not. Now, let me first of all, of course, begin by wishing you all a happy new year. I guess it's still time to do that, given that we are just exactly halfway through between our Western New Year and the Lunar New Year, which will loom in a few weeks' time. I think it's also appropriate to wish ourselves a happy new year, given what I would like to talk to you about, which has to do with the global economy and what we should expect for 2014. Now, I'm going to test you numerology skills by asking you to think about the magic 7. Okay? Most of you will know that 7 is quite a number in all sorts of themes, religions, and I'm sure that you can compress numbers as well. If we think about 2014, all right, I'm just giving you 2014, you drop the 0, 14, 2 times 7. Okay, that's just by way of example, and we're going to carry on. So 2014 will be a milestone and hopefully a magic year in many respects. It will mark the 100th anniversary of the First World War back in 1914. It will mark the 70th anniversary, drop the 0, 7, of the Bretton Woods Conference that actually gave birth to the IMF. And it will be the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, 25th. That quickly turned into the greatest global economic calamity since the Great Depression. The crisis still lingers. Yet, optimism is in the air. We've left the deep freeze behind us, and the horizon looks just a bit brighter. So my hope and my wish for 2014 is that after those 7 miserable years, weak and fragile, we have 7 strong years. Now, I don't know whether the G7 will have anything to do with it, or whether it will be the G20. I certainly hope that the IMF will have something to do with it.
What?
And then he goes into see the master number 33. So let me break down 7. She said 7 good years, 7 bad years, terrible years, and then we get into XRP and the PhoeniX SUNS and Ethereum Classic, how it's related to the PhoeniX as well, right? As we transfer crypto, right, or transfer from cash to crypto. So she said, number one, that in 2014, which she said drop to 0, and you add 4 plus 2 is 7, right? Because in numerology, 0 is not a number. It marked the 7th year of the Bretton Woods Agreement. Now, if you all know, if you have your background, you know the Bretton Woods Agreement was when the meeting was done to allow, right, the dollar to become the #1 world reserve currency, right? The United States, the secret meeting that made the United States the world reserve currency. So that 7th-year anniversary was celebrated in 2014, right? And then the 100-year anniversary of the First World War, which happened in 1914, happened in 2014. So the 100-year anniversary, right, which led to another great economic disaster, right? And so then she goes on to say that also the 25th anniversary happened in 2014 of the fall of the Berlin Wall. The fall of the Berlin Wall, which also led to a Great Depression. So if you don't think the government works in numbers and codes and symbols and numerology, then you're wrong, because even in 2021, August 15th this year is marking the 50th year that the dollar became dead. 1971, August 15th, President Nixon removed the dollar from being able to be converted into gold, which is real money, right? I say this all the time. Some people has never held real money in their hand, just fraud money, which is fiat money, which is cash, right? The dollar was removed from being pegged or connected to convert the dollar back into the real money, right? That anniversary is happening this year, August the 15th, right? August the 15th. So the government works in code and they work in the number system. SHMITA has happened for 5,782 years. SHMITA, again, is the reset of a currency system every 7 years, right? And it's 500, 782 equals to 22. Therefore, the Jubilee or the Great Depression will be in place by next year. So those people who are still holding on to cash, have no assets, right? The future is not too bright for those people. So now you have September the 7th, that, let me pull that article up. El Salvador will make Bitcoin a legal tender. If I can find an article. And maybe I can't find it. Let me Google it real quick. Just for the people to see. El Salvador will support Bitcoin payments by September the 7th. Now, again, this is the start of the SHMITA, the 7th year, right? We had 7 years of plentiness. Now it's going to be 7 years of recession. All of this is equaling up to how biblically things have to be done. So you have this September the 7th, right? Nothing is done. Everything is strategically planned out. Nothing is done by coincidence or co-happenstance. So they will become legal tender in El Salvador beginning with September the 7th, right? With El Salvador in alignment with SHMITA. Now let's get into XRP. And if you are a sports or basketball fan, you know that the Phoenix Suns won their conference, right? The Phoenix Suns is a representation of both XRP as well as Ethereum Classic. I heard on someone's live stream that they don't know why in the hell Ethereum Classic was pumping. Let me share this article with you all. Well, I know why Ethereum Classic is pumping, right? They was like, I don't know why Ethereum Classic is up. You know, Ethereum Classic price has nearly doubled days after the digital currency groups put $50 million or $50 million bet. This article, this is update from June 30th, right? It reached its highest level in almost 3 weeks. Nearly a 98% rise. And this is why, right? And the company is saying they're buying $50 million worth of ETC. 65% of what they told they was buying, they decided to increase. So you have Grayscale, also Ethereum Classic, that total up to $50 million. And this is why Ethereum is pumping, right? So again, if you're not converting your cash into an asset, you're going to be losers. You're going to be losers when this economy crashes, right? When this economy crashes. Now, the old Ethereum Classic logo looks like they have changed the logo, but it looks like the Phoenix on the 1988 magazine, The Economist, right? The Ethereum Classic logo is similar. The old logo, let me pull this. See, can I find it? Looks like that Phoenix. I had someone, I made a statement on my live stream that much of my investing is spiritually, more spiritually based than TA or technical analysis. And people was like, I wouldn't have told one person, I won't say people, but they said, I wouldn't have told anybody that. Well, listen, evidently that person don't know SHMITA, they don't know numerology, and maybe they don't have their spiritual connection, right? I would rather understand what's going on with the spirit and on spiritual realm, why these cryptocurrencies are named after the universal universe, like Ether and Ethereum, right? Like Cosmos. I would rather know that than TA, technical analysis, any day, right? Because again, the government's line up with the universe and biblical teachings. So you have the new Ethereum Classic, PhoeniX, ETC. Now it did rebrand, but according to this, it's saying it looks like a lot like the 1988 Economist magazine that is showing a Phoenix sitting on U.S. cash, and cash is burning under the claws of the Phoenix, right? So let's talk about the other, I guess, hidden signs on this Phoenix and on this magazine, right? Hidden signs on this Phoenix and on this magazine. So let's go here. Okay. You have, again, the fleur de lis up on the head of this Phoenix. Also know that the Phoenix bird is the only immortal bird or being that there is. When the Phoenix dies, right, its ashes are able to rise again. So it is an immortal bird. It never dies, right? Its ashes are able to recreate itself and rise again. So this is the only immortal bird that exists, right? And you also have the Asian countries that's in connection with the Phoenix. So you have the gold chain, right? You have the chain. Again, this is how XRP as well as Stellar XLM is connected. This is the Stellar Loomis symbol in the middle. 2018, it says the year of start. You again, and numerology, 0 is not a number. So 8, 9, 11. There's 11. Then you have the XRP Phoenix, right? Within the Phoenix, the number 10, the number 1, right, is reset or the beginning. And then you have the coin within itself, which can be subliminal message for Bitcoin, right? Or even a gold, physical gold coin. So you have cash burning out of ashes will arise the Phoenix, one world currency, right? Get ready for one world currency. Now, they also have a coin called XRP and Ripple as well. Take the first letter X and the last letter P, you have XP. And there's a USA blockchain, right, known as Ripple XP. So when you reverse the spelling, right, then this is where you have Ripple in a sense of you have XP if you reverse in the spelling. So this is also now with the Phoenix SUNS winning again. I believe they probably will win the championship overall because it's going to be symbolic, right? Going to be symbolic. So you have all of these subliminal message within that. Economist magazine that is predicting that cash, the US dollar, will no longer be the world reserve currency. And what that means is that cash will be worth less. It will return to its original state, just like the gold symbol of the phoenix, to zero. Right? Cash has ruled and reigned for 50 years. United States, the great Babylon, will lose that status. And again, there will be people that's going to look like 1933 type conditions. And you're going to have some people that's going to get rich and wealthy, and richer in this recession because they have the guidance and the information that they need, right? And hopefully they have enough positive cash flow. This is why I talk to people about the home-based business so they can invest, because you have to be cash flow positive and you have to be able to secure your investing against taxes, because it does not matter how much you gain if you can't keep much of what you gain in the investings, right? So that's it, right? That's all I want to cover. The PhoeniX SUNS winning, their connection with XRP, cryptocurrency, understanding that globally, right? IMF, International Monetary Fund, World Economic Forum, all of this is already in the works. All of this is already in the works. The Miami condo, the remembrance of the Twin Towers is just another remembrance and reminder. Also on 7/11, I talked to you all earlier about 7/11, and from 2001, 9/11, of the Twin Towers collapsing and caused the economic reset or economic disaster, to 2008, to the housing market crashing, was exactly 7 years and 11 months. That released the 7/11 code. Now, this is what I want to bring out with that. You also have July 7th coming up, 7/11. 7/11, July 7th. I think that will be the beginning, which is next week, of the bull run, right? And specifically for Bitcoin to begin going back on an uptrend, beginning of 7/11 for July 7th. July 11th. July 11th. So that's all I have for you all. Another thing, Elon Musk, he made a tweet saying that about baby Doge, right? There is a baby Doge coin. I've heard some of the bigger YouTubers say they don't think Elon Musk knew that it was a baby Doge coin. It pumped that baby Doge coin by, I think, over 200%. Let me tell you, Elon Musk is not that disconnected from the monetary crypto world that he's not aware of baby Doge. He pumped it. He wanted to. I don't have a problem with that, but I'm not investing in baby Doge personally, right? Also, some news about Dogecoin is that they're potential changing the ways, or that they're eyeing up of changing the ways that transaction fees operate on the chain. So some of these updates can be a great way for crypto investors to become familiar with the fee structures, et cetera, et cetera. So Doge has still been working on changing those ways, reconstructing that as well, right? And yeah, Elon Musk, he did boost baby Doge. This is just FYI. I'm not investing in it. Neither am I looking to invest in it, right? But just know all of the signs, all of the codes are here. SHMITA begins again. That's the release and reset of debts, September the 7th. I hope that you all are prepared, right? Because actually, even though Leviticus 25 talks about 3 years that God, the highest God, will sustain you, this crash is going to be longer than 3 years, right? This crash is definitely going to be longer than 3 years. G-Man said 2011, 9/11, 11/11, 11. I don't know what happened in 2011, G-Man. I don't know what happened to 20 left. So I'm signing out, right? Here's to your health and your wealth, your peace and your prosperity, your credit, your crypto, and your cash flow. Queen out. You all have a great evening.